Hey, what's going on guys? Today we will be looking at 6 items that have been vaulted and completely removed from Fortnite Battle Royale. Usually when a big group of items have been vaulted from the game, I usually go over them in a little series that I do, and you most likely have seen 1 or 2 of my other episodes since they've done pretty well. Today, we won't be going over all of the previously vaulted items, but we will be going over all of the newly vaulted items and weapons which were vaulted during the Season 6 update. Just like every season, to kick off Season 6, I will be giving away 2 battle passes, 2 separate winners. So if you want to have a chance to enter, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and comment your console and region down below. I will be drawing the winners on my Twitter very soon. As well, make sure to be active because in one of my future uploads, I will be putting the link to the Twitter post where I do draw the winner down in the comments. Anyways guys, without further ado, let's begin today's video. So to kick things off, I'm going to go over a weapon which was vaulted about a month ago, and a lot of you guys may have noticed this one already. The reason why I'm going over this weapon first is because all of the other items that I will be reviewing later on in today's video, they all have a specific feature which they all are kind of grouped together, and I want to keep that more simple. So to begin, the first item is the drum gun or the Tommy gun. The drum gun was in the game for not too long, and it actually got vaulted about a month ago, and it was one of the more likable weapons in the game. The drum gun came in 2 rarities, an uncommon form and a rare form, so green and blue. The drum gun was a pretty good gun, but the only downside to it was that it took medium bullets, but that also did increase the damage of it. With the uncommon version doing a stunning 26 damage, while the rare only does 27 damage, this thing totally tears through players if you did hit most of your shots on target. As well, with a pretty good DPS of 234 for the uncommon and a 243 for the rare. Now the best part of this gun is that the magazine size was massive. It could hold up to 50 bullets and it destroyed structures very quickly. The drum gun was definitely a lot of people's favorite weapon in the game, and it's sad to see it go. I wonder why they got rid of it. Maybe because a lot of people were complaining about it, but it did definitely get used a whole ton in the game. Now to quickly clarify before I get a whole ton of comments, all of the items that you will see in the rest of today's video, if you are watching this video within maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks, you will see all of these items in the Playground LTM still. In the Season 6 patch notes, they clarify this, and these items and weapons have been vaulted from the public matchmaking, and once Playground LTM does get removed, then they will be gone forever. Just wanted to clarify that real quick because I know I will get a whole ton of comments of people being like, wait, it's still in the game. These items are not coming back to the public matchmaking, they are only in the Playground LTM for a limited time. So to begin, the impulse grenade and the bouncers, both of these items have been removed, and it's honestly pretty sad. Both impulse grenade and bouncer were definitely fan favorites of the game, and they were always very helpful in multiple situations. The bouncer mainly was very helpful with getting to players extra quick, where you don't have to build towards them or even run towards them, and you could also just back down from fights very easily without taking any fall damage whatsoever if it's from height, or you could place it on a wall and launch yourself away from the players. The bouncer was in the game for not too long, surprisingly, and it was actually introduced way back in 2017, vaulted, then re-added to the game, and now it has been vaulted once again. Now that I think about it, the bouncer has actually been the only item added into the game, then removed, and then added back and removed once again. I don't know, pretty interesting if you ask me. While the bouncer was very OP, the impulse grenade was pretty OP in some situations as well. With a grenade typed object, you could literally throw the impulse grenade and it lands near a player, let's say like right next to a cliff or at maybe even like the top of a build fight. It will totally just send them flying, sending them most likely to their death. Now the impulse grenade was one of those items, not like a trap where you could hold it by default and it won't take up any of your extra 5 inventory slots. The impulse grenade would actually act in one of those inventory slots, so it was pretty inconvenient at times. Still pretty sad to see the impulse grenade go. It was definitely one of the coolest grenades in the game in my opinion, but I guess we do have a whole ton of others now. The next item is actually pretty surprising, and it was removed not too long ago then added back because it did have a little issue. It wasn't totally vaulted, but it had an issue, so they took it out for I believe like a month or so. The remote explosives, or also known as the C4, has since been removed from the game during the Season 6 update. The C4s went through phases where they were insanely OP at times, where you throw literally one down and you could take down like an entire building. Maybe not that crazy, but then there were other times where the C4 is insanely weak to the point where they were useless. With the C4 now being removed, grenade launchers and the RPG are basically the only two explosives you could get in game that are actually effective. The C4s did a shocking damage of 1200 to structures and only 72 people, so you were still able to survive if you had full health and the C4 was right below you. But the worst thing about it is how these things literally would tear through your buildings. You could stack them up into 8 C4 and just keep launching them while your friend is shooting maybe even like a grenade launcher, or just spamming bullets at the other player's structures, and you can't do anything just because of how OP the C4s were. Now, of course, they did end up getting nerfed a little bit, but they were always very inconvenient when they are against you. When C4s are being thrown at you, you can't do much. The C4s were in the game for quite a while, and sadly they have since been vaulted. Now on to the last two weapons. This is going to be the suppressed SMG and also the light machine gun. With the suppressed SMG being in the game for a very long time, and the LMG pretty long but not as long as the SMG, it's honestly pretty sad to see both of these items go. The suppressed SMG was found in two forms, an uncommon and a rare form, both doing a pretty good DPS of 207 for the uncommon and 216 for the rare. With a pretty small magazine size of only 30 and how fast it shot, the suppressed SMG wasn't a very reliable gun, with a low damage of 23 for the uncommon and 24 for the rare. The SMG was also a very good weapon to find like early game. If this is one of the first weapons you find, you could just tear through opponents, but in my opinion, late game, it's not as effective. Of course, just like all SMGs, it does pretty good structure damage with 23 for the uncommon and 24 for the rare, but still not as effective for, let's say, the LMG. The light machine gun was found in two forms, the rare and the epic, with a massive DPS of 200 for the rare and 208 for the epic. The LMG, with that rate of fire, it also had very good damage with 25 for the rare and 26 for the epic, with a massive magazine size of 100 bullets. Now, of course, the LMG did have a very slow reload time, but for that many bullets, it kind of makes up for it. Unlike the suppressed SMG, the LMG took medium bullets rather than light ammo. The light machine gun wasn't very popular in game, but personally I used it almost every time I found it. Some games have dropped a epic scar for a rare LMG just because of how OP I felt like it was. Of course, at long range the LMG isn't very effective, but if you are point blank with another player, it's the item that I'd rather take. Anyways guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new to the channel. Make sure to check out the previous episodes of the removed items series. They will be both linked down below, and also if you guys haven't already, leave a quick comment down below what is your guys' favorite gun in the game currently. Anyways guys, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.